Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. It is officially Monday, which means story times. Let's get right into it. This story time took place back in 2013, I believe, around March. So, yeah, 11 years ago. Look, 10 years ago. But yeah. So homegirl hit me up like, hey, let's go on a girls trip. And I'm like, okay, we can definitely do that. I have never been on a girls trip once, and I've never been out of town. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Especially as an adult, I've never been out of town. Fresh adult, little 19, 20, something like that. So I'm like, yeah, we can go out of town. She tells me, the trip will be this amount of money. So I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't working at that time. I had just freshly just had my kid, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe if it's more of us, then we should be able to go on this trip. So she was like, okay, yeah, we could do that or whatever. And it became me, my friend Cupid, who hit me up about the trip, and my friend Zay. I had ended up adding her. So the only person who I think believed that was working at this time probably was Cupid. And that was okay. So I'm like, okay, we still could get the money. That wasn't nothing. So I had hit Zay up, and I'm like, hey Zay, Cupid asked me to go out of town with her on a girls trip. And Zay like, oh yeah, I'm down, da 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 da, let's turn up, where we going? So I'm like, she thinking Miami. So y'all know how Miami is. At this time, I ain't know nothing about going to Miami on no girls trip. So I guess everybody just find out the hard way, huh? But anyway, so she like, yeah, she want to go to Miami. So, I'm asking her, like, how we gonna get the money up, blah, 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 within this amount of time frame. I think she had asked us, like, around February. Yeah, like around February, because if I'm not mistaken, it was like around tax time, and I'm like, oh yeah, once I get my money, I should be good to go. So she was like, Zay, she was like, yeah, we could do that, da da da, to be perfect for tax time, blah blah. So me and Zay had ended up going to the same tax experts or whatever, and shout out to tax experts. We we ended up going to the same tax experts, and we got our taxes done. So we was like, okay, cool. By the time they come down, we in there, boy, crap. We like cutting the days down and stuff like that, and trying to calculate like if we get our money by the time we could go to this trip. So, or at least a little bit before, because we gotta go shopping and do all these other things. So, we like, okay, it should come or whatever. But something had happened where Zay, when we had went to the tax experts, come to find out that Zay didn't have her daughter's social, so she couldn't get her taxes done right then and there, but she could come back 2 days later. So we like, oh, okay, so we just really didn't know if that was gonna, like, press into time or whatever as far as having the money for the trip. So I ended up talking to Cupid, and I'm like, we don't know if we'll have the money in time for the trip. And by this time, Cupid had already, planned it out that she really wanted to go. And it was around her birthday. So she like, yeah, I'll just, forward you guys the money and pay for the whole trip, and y'all just pay me back. So that way we guarantee go. And I'm like, okay, bet, because I know I'll get my taxes by the time the trip is here, and Zay should get her taxes at least by the time we're there or whatever. So, on some straight bum shit. We didn't care. We were young, fresh out of high school, like, don't judge us. And we turned up. That's all I say now. But, okay, so, yeah, she was like, she had fronted us the money, and she did. So we had paid for our trips and everything. So, girl, probably like 3-4 days before the trip, we was really feeling like, dang, we don't know if we gonna go. Our taxes should have been here by at least like about a week ago. So we like really got it in our heads like we're not going to Miami. Like, there's no way we're going to Miami. So, you know, me and Cupid, I think we had went out for drinks that night. It's something take our head off of what was going on as far as our taxes, because at this point we really didn't know if we were gonna go to Miami. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, maybe we'll go, maybe we won't. Like, if it's meant for us to go, then, you know, it'll come through. So we like, okay, yeah, we go out for drinks, we have a good time. I drop her back off. I go to my mom's house where my kid was at while we went out for drinks or whatever. So I'm talking to my mom and I'm like, dang, I really hope that we could go, because, you know, Cupid had already put her money up for the hotel and things like that. And I'm like, I'm really not sure. Like, okay, I really didn't want her to waste her money and we just go on some like bum shit, you know, without paying her back. So I'm like, okay, let me just check my card. Maybe my taxes hit. Maybe I just didn't get the email. So I checked, nothing, like nothing, $0, $0 in the bank account. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Like, I just want to, you know, I just want to wake up and be rich. Like, no, like, so now it's like the day before the night of going to Miami, which is like, let's say like March 1st. It'll be a Thursday night, because we'll be leaving on Friday, coming back on Sunday. So it says like Thursday night, and I'm like, I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, oh, this is really sucking, you know, like, I really want to go to Miami. And, you know, we buying clothes with each little money that we get, just in case, like, it's some luck that we do go. So I'm calling Cupid because the trip is next week, like I said, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if we're still going to be able to go. Like, yeah, it was cool a month ago when, you know, you made your trip, and she was a little upset with us, like, you know, why y'all haven't been, like, trying to get the money or anything like that. And I'm like, it's not really that we haven't been trying to get the money. It's really, like, we've been trying to get our clothes and, you know, trying to get our shoes, our hair, our makeup, swimsuits, and everything, really, like, to even go on the trip. Like, it was a last minute trip, and like I said, we didn't have the money for it. So she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna invite my boyfriend and have him just pay the other half of the trip or whatever. And, you know, I was a little irritated with that, because I was like, first of all, it's supposed to be a girls' trip, so if anything, you could have just invited another female friend, but instead you chose to invite your man, which made me feel like, you know, it might as well just be a couple's trip, you know? So, shit, if she gonna invite her dude that she kicking it with, I was kicking it with somebody too. So I invited my little dude friend, because I'm like, okay, well, shit, we could all have our little dude friends, and Zay was single, so she'll find a mingle. You feel me? But yeah, so she invited her dude said yeah, I invited my dude said yeah. Boom, there go our money, you feel me? So now it's like 2 days before the trip. We got all the money paid for. We got the rentals and everything, blah, blah, blah. Because I end up taking a rental and she ended up taking a car. Because it was like, damn, now it's like 5 of us versus to where it was just the 3 of us, you know? So it's Cupid and her boyfriend in one car, and me, Zay, and my boyfriend. I'm going to just call him Brown Eyes because he's another story time. And he's a fucking headache in this whole damn trip. Anyway, let's get back to topic, because we ain't even out of town yet. Okay? Alright. So, anyway. Yeah, so, you know, we all geeked. We like, okay, let's pack our bags. We good. Zay ended up coming over the night before, and we stayed at my mom's house so that she could keep the kids or whatever the little weekend we was gone. So we outside packing up, and my mom was like, you know, if y'all need a few dollars, you know, just call me, ask me. And I'm like, we shouldn't have to do that, you know. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and call this little funky car one more time and see what happens, you feel me? Why we call that car that we both was racks on racks on racks, got racks on racks on racks. We was so geeked. Our taxes had hit, and we was going to Miami. Like, it was set, it was destined. And then Zay called hers, and her shit hit too. Can't tell us it wasn't meant. It was meant. We had a ball, a blast, a turn up. Let's go. Yes, we drove all the way to Miami, and that was a vibe. My boyfriend drove the whole thing, not even me. Or Zay. We just got blow in the back and just chill with the 420 vibes, you know? Pretty bitch shit. We could not do too much. That, like, seriously. We couldn't do too much. Anyway, we finally get to Miami, and it was a little difficulty finding our apartment. I mean, not our apartment. Our hotel. But we ended up finding it. We did find our hotel. It was the cutest little thing ever. The doors was glass. Like when you first walk in, it was just the bathroom and the nice little shower and stuff, and this big old mirror with this light in it. And then straight, it was the 2 double beds or whatever with the TV and the sliding windows. It was very nice. Palm trees all everywhere, like super, super gorgeous. And my bad about my knee. So yeah, you know, we like, okay, first night here, we threw straight through on some shorts and a motherfucking what's it called? Like a swimsuit or sports bra type deal, vibes type thing. Yeah, and you know, hit the streets. We had to turn up, had to hit the streets. It's like definitely time to turn up. So I think we had all gave like $125 or whatever on the room security deposit. So yeah, we had like I said, ended up going to our rooms. It was nice. The guys had a room across the hallway, and all the girls was over here in one room. So got dressed, hit the strip. Go straight to the strip. We at Wet Willie's getting wild. Their drinks were amazing, cheap as hell. Like if you never went to Wet Willie's, you gotta go Wet Willie's when you're in Miami. Like vibes, bro, vibes. Like literally vibes. Get lit off the 20 ball, 30 ball, 50 ball, whatever ball you want to have a ball. Okay. The city, Detroit, you know, blah, 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 doing that's do. Man, tell me why this big ass Escalade with loud ass sounds gonna drive by us, talk about some, oh, where y'all from? Where y'all from? We from Detroit, And this nigga gonna speed off real fast. We like, oh, this nigga trying to hoe us. All the dudes like, So I'm like, dang, he ain't had a fries like that. Like, he don't fuck with Detroit people. So this nigga busted you and came back. We like, oh shit, you know, we got on guard, like, you know. But now this nigga bust around, opened up his driver door, stepped out. He's like, oh, y'all from Detroit? I bet y'all ain't ready for this. And opened up his trunk where his songs was, and go play Fetty Wap. Now we started turning up because it was the jam. It was the jam. What jam was it? And we were like, ain't much queen, let her hit the bando. Over to the never letting go. Y'all already know. And it used to go dumb. We was turned up in our little shorts, like, you know, little vibes. Yeah. So anyway, after that, we had ended up going back to our little, why I keep calling it apartment? We went back to our hotel. Girl, tell me why. When we go to sleep that night, about 1:30, first of all, before we could even go to sleep, me and Zay was so drunk and so blowed that we just kept laughing. We were laughing for like 30 minutes, and Cupid was getting so mad because she didn't blow tree, and she was just like, what is wrong with y'all? My head is spinning, I'm so drunk, da-da-da. And I'm like, girl, we just sitting over there cracking up. Like we weren't saying anything. It was just so funny. Like we just kept laughing. Something was so funny. And we just was like, you know, we gotta get up. We gotta go. We about to dip. We about to leave. Because she had to go to sleep. Like we felt bad. We was doing this sleepy. So why as we getting up and getting dressed and still giggling, still loud and still being irritating while Cupid trying to sleep, the fire alarm start going off. Straight start going off. Tell me why another hotel room was on fire on the same floor as ours. We like, oh my God, where's our purses? Where's our bags? Did we grab our clothes? Me and Zay still laughing. Cupid like, can y'all be serious for once? No, because we're on 420 vibes. Like, we couldn't. So, anyway, after that, we was like, you know what? We about to just grab our purses and hit the road. Like, let's go. Skip all this rest of these suitcases and everything else. We just had to live for our lives at that moment. So, after that, she ended up, so anyway, after that, we end up going downstairs and we seen the fellas walked with us too. I'm like, oh my God, making sure my boyfriend was okay. She making sure her bae okay. Zay still giggling, laughing. Goofy. Y'all gonna love Zay because they gonna come to a lot of stories, but, anyway, but yeah, so, you know, we end up going downstairs or whatever, and they take us all outside in the middle of the streets, the damn flames coming out the hotel room window. I'm like, oh my God, only in Miami can your hotel room catch on fire. Like, what is going on, y'all? So we like, you know, we adrenaline rushing. The fire truck's coming down the street. We all getting pushed back by the police. Like, get back, get back, get back. We like, oh my God, Miami, Miami. Then we just all like, everybody in the hotel just like turning up like, Miami, Miami. And it was like a vibe. It was such a vibe. But, you know, me and Zay, 420 vibes, back at it. We like, it's you might as well, it's only right. Like, it's only right to spark up while your building is sparked up. Like, it was such a vibe, y'all. But, man, the next day, they end up putting the fire out. Of course, the building didn't burn down. I ain't died. We still here. But, yeah. So, you know, we end up having to go back to our rooms. It was cool. We had blew off, so we was back to cool. We wasn't giggly no more and stuff like that. We went to sleep, like, on some straight weird ass shit. We was knocked the fuck out. Like, none of that just happened, y'all. We woke up the next morning, to Zay. I mean, not to Zay. To Cupid ass. Y'all didn't go to breakfast? The building was just on fire, sis. Nah, we ain't want to go to breakfast. So we was like, not really, but we'll, you know, walk around with y'all in a little bit. So she ended up going to her way with her boyfriend. And I guess my boyfriend must have tagged along with her. And we was on the beach, me and her, smoking with our boobs out. Like, we had the twins out. We had the blunts out. We were feeling good. We was taking the Miami vibes to the whole next level, y'all. Like, who wasn't gonna be new to Miami? Who? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, out with the twins out, we have a good time until this old man walks by with the balls out. I didn't think about that part. Craig. We got dressed and exit the building immediately. Well, exit the beach immediately. Like, no, it's not that vibe, old man. But he was living his best life. YOLO to him. Alright, but, yeah, so, you know, we linked back up with Zay and them. I think my phone bill was due, because I could not call nobody or something, to the fact that we went to Metro, and while we was at Metro, we noticed that they was across the street at the little pizza place. So, that's how we end up linking back, and that's why I'm like, I guess my boyfriend went with them, because that was the only time I seen him. I didn't see him at the room or nothing. So, you know, we like, okay, it's cool, blah, blah, blah. We had ended up going across the street with them after I paid my phone bill and ate some pizza. The pizza was really good, but they pigeons was like obnoxiously around us. Like, Miami pigeons are something different. They're not scary. Like, why y'all got so much confidence to just be, you know, at this table with me, I'm eating my food and you're down there like, can I get a piece? Like, can I just get a piece? No, it's not cool. So, I'm like, okay, this is cool or whatever, but I'm not feeling the pigeon. So, we leave from there. We end up walking around, and then they was like, oh, y'all want to go on a tour? We like, yeah, we'll go on a tour. So, we end up getting on this big old little, you know, like a ferry type thing. And we went through the little neighborhood celebrities, and they was like, okay, this is where such and such live, and this is where such and such live. I don't really remember because It was 10 years ago, and I was drunk or high. 420 vibes. But yeah, so we got on this thing, and then my boyfriend just sitting there in the row in front of us whistling and shit. And my friend like, girl, why he keep whistling? And I'm like, I don't know why he whistling, Zay. I don't know. Go ask him why he's whistling, Zay. Like, it was such a big thing because he was whistling, and now my ass be whistling everywhere. Like, take that Tweedledee Tweedledum ass shit back with you. Take it back with you, okay? Okay, take it back. But yeah, so we end up getting off that or whatever. And, you know, it's cool little vibes. We end up scrolling the rest of the night. Drove around and went to go get something to eat or whatever. And that was pretty much for real, the end of that night. Me and my boyfriend, you know, caked around a little bit. They caked around a little bit. We looked in different stores. It was one store with these pretty ass lashes. Like, they was different colors, different, like, little diamonds, different bedazzles, like, different lengths, everything. Like, this store had the prettiest lashes. We never went back to that store. It was closed that night. That's why we didn't get nothing. But it was like the cutest lashes in that store. If I go back to Miami, I would love to stop at that store. But yeah, it was like right around the corner from Wet Willie's. Anyway, so yeah, you know, that night was pretty much over after that. We went back to our rooms. The fellas went back to their rooms. And the next morning, we all was like, okay, we're going to do a little shopping today. We haven't done no shopping. It's our last day. We're going to, you know, pretty much vibe out. Well, Cupid had ended up going across the hall to check on the fellas. And my boyfriend, Pretty Eyes, had came over, Brown Eyes, had came over to my room. And I'm like, hey, babe, da-da-da. You know, Zay in the shower, and me and babe are just, you know, kicking in the room, relaxing a little bit. And we like, you know, what we gonna get into today. And he was like, well, maybe, you know, we could do a little shopping. And I told him, okay, that's what me and Zay was thinking about doing too, do some little shopping. So Cupid and her boyfriend come back to the room, and we let them in or whatever. No, Cupid and her boyfriend comes back to the room, and they come in, and we're like, okay, so we all agreed that today is gonna be just shopping and chilling vibes. You know, if we want to turn up towards the end of the night, we could turn up if we wanted to. But you know, it is what it is. However, everybody wants to spend their day, they could. So we had started off with the stores or whatever, and we had went to this cute little store. I really can't even remember where it was, but it had a lot of trinkets, and it was a lot of the stuff like was up on the ceilings and stuff like that. They had shirts hanging up, and then the register was like in the front where they had like different type of ashtrays and different shot glasses and stuff like that. It was a really cute store. I got a lot of my stuff from there. I had a Miami bracelet that me and Zay actually had matching ones, and we had a drunk 1 and drunk 2 little shirt or whatever, and had bought our friend a drunk 3 shirt. We bought Cupid a drunk 3 shirt. So, you know, we was all geeked or whatever, like, oh, this cute. Now I bought my kid a little trinket, and she bought her kid a trinket, and, you know, we pretty much, you know, just bought our family souvenirs and things like that. Nothing too much. I think I had grabbed the shot glass. She grabbed the shot glass, too. And then my boyfriend grabbed a few things. I really can't remember what the hell he had grabbed. I don't know. But yeah, he grabbed a little few whatevers, and we paid for it, and we left out, went to go get something to eat. When we went to go eat, it was like we went to this restaurant where like they had girls up on the statues, and like they were like posed for a while, but then like with certain songs they would like dance and stuff, and it was like so cute. And they had like the little shorts on with like high heels and things like that. And we like really vibed out, and like these other girls like started twerking at the table inside the restaurant. Like the customers like us, they started turning up, and I could actually smoke my L like right in the restaurant because it was an outdoor restaurant. I was in heaven. I'm in heaven. Look, and I was so alive that I could hardly speak. I don't know, but I was in love with Miami. Like, it was such a vibe. I am coming back soon. Miami, look out for me. Miami, look out for me. But yeah, y'all. So this day, after we got something to eat or whatever, we end up linking back up with Cupid and her boyfriend down on the beach, and we had what happened? We end up meeting Cupid and her boyfriend back down on the beach. You know, we just sat there, took a few shots, and just chilled off for that night. And getting ready, pretty much. Getting ready to leave in the morning. So I think we had drunk a little too much or whatever, cause Cupid and her boyfriend ended up getting into it. Yes, they had gotten into it, and I don't know what he was saying, and I don't know what she was saying, but all I know is she was storming off, and I was chasing after her, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is going on? She like, no, I'm just done. We can really leave him here. That's how I'm feeling. And I'm like, girl, what the hell just happened? Because, like, everything was just fine, but you know, we didn't go, they didn't go shopping with us. They went off by themselves to go shopping, so I'm thinking maybe something had happened when they went shopping, and, you know, they tried to play it off once we got all back together, but they really couldn't or whatever, because it was like, she wasn't letting go or whatever it was, and he really had a nonchalant, I don't care attitude. So we end up, my boyfriend was like, yeah, I'm going to go talk to him and see what's going on. Maybe I could see, you know, get his side of things, and maybe we could try to figure out, and, you know, just to last our last night. So I'm like, oh my God, it's always some drama. Like, it's always some drama. So she was like, I'll catch up with Cupid. I tell, you know, Zay comes along with me, you know, and we catch up with Cupid. And Cupid's like, oh, he's been lying about the amount of money that he has. He doesn't have any more money, and we don't have the gas money to get, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my, like, you know, I didn't know, but, you know, I guess something along the line of money issues. I'm not going to get too off in the people business, because I really don't know, and I really don't give a fuck. It's like, nah, but yeah. So, I'm like, shit, let's go ahead, throw our drunk shirts on and hit the road. Like, we could go out tonight and have this girls' night like we were supposed to have anyway. So we put our drunk 1, drunk 2, and drunk 3 shirts on, and we hit the streets of Miami as we should have in the first place. We turned up, we lit, we vibing. We outside our hotel room, and it was like this little area right there where you could like spark up or whatever, drink. It's like a little cheers and like a little commons area for people, whatever, of the hotel. And you know, we was chilling there for a couple hours, and it was different groups of guys coming up with us. We had on our little black shorts to go with our little shirts. You know, we were looking cute. We were definitely giving what was supposed to be gave. And you know, we had the energy that was coming, the big crowds, whatever. And we was like, y'all, it's getting hot over here. So, you know, like, let's just walk a little bit. So we end up walking a little bit, and we seen these guys. This one guy, he had these dreads, and the other guy, he had a little fade or whatever, fade. And, you know, we were surviving with them. They were cute. And then we were, he did something to Cupid. And Cupid was like, you couldn't even handle none of this if you wanted to, blah, blah, blah. You know, just flirting and being cute. And, you know, we all strolling the strip, having a good time. Next thing I know, why the nigga with the dreads just come up and smack Cupid on the butt? Like, where'd that come from? So we like, don't be doing that, you know, whatever. Don't be doing that. We don't know. You keep your hands to yourself, you know, type vibes. And she was like, not kiss it, and turned around and bent over for him to kiss her ass. Why this nigga with the dreads go bent over and kiss it? I had the perfect fucking picture, y'all. I'm so mad that my Facebook got hacked and I did not have those pictures no more. But yes, he turned around and ended up kissing her ass, dog. Like, don't smack my ass, bro. So we ended up scrolling, and we told them to go. Like, y'all was a little too toxic for us. But I ended up taking a picture with them too, and I was like, all right, best friend, we gonna see y'all later or whatever. Talking to the dudes. And then they walked off. We kept walking straight or whatever. And we see the next group of dudes. Like, these dudes was thirsty in Miami. Like, they are hot. If y'all need if y'all want some new recruits, go to Miami. Okay? Go to Miami. But anyway, I'm happily cuffed right now. So I'm just speaking from experience. Go to Miami. So yeah. So you know we got we vibing, we feeling ourselves. Dudes is clock number clock check. Okay, we are in there like swimwear. We're getting them. We got them. We're gold. So we end up it's like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night by now, and we end up going back to the little atrium where we were smoking outside of our room, and it was a group of 3 guys. We like perfect 3v3, okay? We like perfect. Finally, a good group that got good people, amount of people for each one, and they was all looking good. We was all looking good. We was like perfect. We good. So they was like, y'all want to chill with us tonight? So we like, yeah, we cool. Like, what y'all trying to get into? Whatever. They like, oh, y'all come back to our room. We supposed to have a little kickback, da-da-da. So we like, shit, we don't care where our room at. And they room like just like 2 apartments, 2 hotels down. And we was like, okay, cool. We'll just meet you guys there. And we had went back to our room. It was like an hour went by. We had ended up eating something else and then grabbing a bottle and going up to their room or whatever. Tell me why we get to their room, the one that Cupid wanted to talk to opened the door, and the one that Zay wanted to talk to was sitting on the bed. So I'm like, I thought it was 3 of y'all. Like, what happened to the little chocolate cutie one? And they was like, oh, you know, he in the shower or whatever. So we like, oh, he in the shower. Like, what he in the shower for? What he trying to get fresh for? You know, being funny, like. You know, Zay Cupid laughing and shit, falling on the bed. And I'm like, ain't gonna be no showers up in here. So I opened up the door. And then his mans who opened up the door, Cupid little friend, he was like, give my man some privacy. Give my man some privacy. I'm like, what he trying to get fresh for? It ain't nothing like that up in here tonight. So Zay talk about some, yeah, it ain't nothing like that going on. So she gonna get up and walk towards the door where I was already holding on to the knob because I had food to close. Like, when he told me, like, give my man some privacy, you know. So she was like, and proceeded to open the door with me still there. So why we both opened up the door, butt booty naked, standing there in his shower, just smiling, hard chocolate white teeth, just smiling, talking about some, man, y'all couldn't even wait till nigga out of the shower. Like, ain't nobody about to wait. Like, bruh, why you doing too much? Like, we wasn't here for that. And then you talk about some, Zay was like, you need to get on up out this shower, because it ain't gonna be none of that. And we still sitting there while this man is butt naked, y'all. And his homies is out there cracking up like, man, close the door, my man's close the door. Miss Zay falling on the toilet, dying laughing. He just stepped out the shower. I'm in this boy like, boy, you look so God. Lick your chocolate ass and lick this man's arm. Like, I like, oh my God, he's so fucking fine, y'all. I'm like, in the little package, which packaging? Okay, FedEx, all day. So I'm like, no, he did not. Like, no, I did not just lick this man's arm. No, I did not. So Zay dying even more hard, Cupid in her than the 2 other dudes sitting there cracking up. We get out the bathroom because I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I done licked this man's arm. It's too hot and steamy up in this motherfucking bathroom. Like, we gotta go exit the building. So, you know, we close the door. He get dressed. He come out. He like, I had ended up taking a picture of him too. Had the perfect pictures. Like, oh my God, I used to save everything. I used to have, like, proof of everything because I just knew I was going to be a YouTuber telling y'all my stories one day. Like, y'all wouldn't believe it unless you seen it. And I'm just telling y'all had to be there. If y'all enjoying this part so far, I'm going to need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe for part 2 of my girl trip in Miami, because this trip ain't even over yet. But I'm gonna leave y'all for now. Until next time, peace.